Hi there folks, welcome to this new series by the brilliant Expattaffy showing what a mentally insane idiot this moron is here. Yes, here he is folks, phase 52. The nutter who's taken the photo of Buzz Aldrin to use as his icon. The nutter who claims that this photo was taken on the moon with a Hasselblad camera. Now this photo here folks, I can show you around about 15 errors in this photo, but we won't deal with this one now. We've got a better one to deal with. We'll deal with this one after we see if we can entice this idiot to state in his own words that this is genuine and taken on the moon. Then we'll deal with it and show you what a mentally insane idiot he is. Okay folks, now as I've told you, this series of videos about this idiot phase 52 is going to be based on every time the idiot makes a stupid comment. We're going to make it impossible for him to deny anything because I'll be copying his comments and making videos based on each one of his comments. But before we start with the first comment from this moron phase 52, there's a few things I'd like to make clear to all of you before we start. Now, as I have shown, over the last 6 years, I've got rid of about 40 of these NASA nutcases. These NASA shills, I've got rid of about 40 of them. How did I do that? Well, that was my brilliant technique. I used to really wind up these idiots. I used to tell them, you are the idiot, I am the genius. That's one thing that used to really get up the back of that idiot, Astrobrand. I used to refer to him as the twat, who was always speaking through his Astrobrand. Now, somebody in this video is going to say, don't be so stupid, Astrobrand is not gone, he's got his own channel, he's still there. Yeah, and that's where he's staying. He won't come here, he hasn't got the balls to come here. He hasn't got the balls or the brains. He's gone. Okay? Now, another thing I used to tell these morons is, a good general never goes into battle without the ammunition to win it. And that's always been the case with me. I've always had the ammunition to win the battle. Because my ammunition is what's known as the truth. Their ammunition is what's known as the lies. Nothing but a load of blanks. That's why they are losing the battle every time. And you know what they say about lies? One lie begets another. And that's what it is with all these idiots. As soon as they get tripped up on one lie, oh, they got to make up another one, then another one, then another one, until they decide, hey, it's time to get lost, and you don't see them again. The next point I want to make clear to all of you, something that's very important for every one of these videos. Some of you may be familiar with it, but there's always a lot who are not familiar with it. What I want to do is a little demonstration on showing you how to recognize a composited photo. This is very, very important because all the initial photos they had were taken with plastic film. They didn't have digital. They were taken with plastic film. They had to be developed and they were then on a piece of paper. Okay? Now what they done then is, if they took a photo of an astronaut but the background was wrong, they cut around the photo of the astronaut and they put it on a fake background and then took another photo of it. That's how they done it. But that had the disadvantage of, all around the edge where they cut with the scissors, if you magnify the photo and brighten it up, you'll see it left a mottled edge all the way around. Let me give you an example in the next photo coming up. Okay folks, take a look at this photo here now, AS11-40-5944. This is supposed to be Buzz Aldrin, phase 52's hero. Now, phase 52 is afraid to commit himself to saying this was taken on the moon, which I can assure you, and I'll show you now why it was not taken on the moon. What I can tell you here with this photo is, this landscape is genuine, it is soil, but it's not on the moon, it's inside a massive hangar. massive hangar that was initially made for making airships. Now, the astronaut here is a genuine astronaut. It may be Buzz Aldrin, and he is carrying these boxes and he is walking. But what's fake about this photo is the black sky. Initially, this photo did not have a black sky. What it had was a square lattice metal structure which was the roof of the massive hangar. Now they couldn't put this out with that roof structure in, could they? Because everybody would be saying, hey, how is that on the moon? So what they had to do, they had to cut out that roof structure and they had to insert a black sky. Now what they done was they cut out this with the scissors along the horizon, around the astronaut's helmet and his aerial, and along the horizon at the left of him. That's what they done. They cut this photo out and then they put it on a black background and took another photo of it. Let me give you the proof of that. Okay folks, here you are. I've cropped around that astronaut here and brightened it up, and take a look at what you can see. You can only see this model in effect above the horizon and around the astronaut's helmet or pack and around his aerial. They were careful enough in this one to leave the aerial in. As you can see, there's the modelling all the way around the top of the photo only. There's no modelling around the astronaut below the horizon. Now there's how you recognise a composited photo. Now, where these were all made prior to Photoshop, when they started using Photoshop, they could get rid of this modelling altogether and make it look like a perfect modern photo. Okay folks, so now you should all be familiar with what is known as a composited photo. You're going to see that time after time after time with all these videos displaying the insanity of this moron Phase 52. So, what we'll do now, we'll get down to business with the first comment made by this idiot that really ignited Expattaffy's enthusiasm to get back on the fake moon landing program. Okay folks, here's the photo that moron Phase 52 left for that other poster. Now, I can tell you one thing, this is the biggest piece of evidence of fakery throughout the whole of the Apollo program. I immediately told that moron that I've done a number of videos proving this photo to be 100% fake, and as you can see it there, I can tell you there's over 18 anomalies in this photo. The anomalies are not just mistakes, they are deliberately inserted by a whistleblower, something none of the shills will accept. Now, immediately I told that moron that, he deleted his comment. Now, why would he do that? It's because he chickened out. He realized he'd been beaten. He was going to be made to look like a right prat, which he still is, as you will see. Now, there's a long story behind this photo. I displayed it as a complete fake 10 years ago. Like I just said, I can show you 18 different anomalies in this photo. Some include animals, birds, and even items from inside one's house, like a spring-loaded door latch and that fake sun in the top right-hand corner. There's loads of wires from it, 5 sets of wires, which are support wires for a massive floodlight mast. Now, let's get down to explaining some of the things about this photo before I start showing you the evidence. Now folks, 10 years ago, when the brilliant Expattaffy exposed this photo as the biggest piece of fakery ever, things changed. We got a description from NASA in the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal that this photo was a composited photo made by a Mr. Engeveld. Now, one thing one should ask all these nutters is why would they put a fake composited photo in the Apollo photo gallery, which they claim were all photos taken on the moon? Why was it in there? Now, the next thing we heard about this photo was this Mr. Engeveld wanted to see what would the LEM look like up on the moon. So he took a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and he stitched them all together to make a complete LEM. If that was the case, if they went to the moon and they took a photo of the LEM, why the hell didn't he just look at the photo that Neil Armstrong took of the LEM if he wanted to see what it looked like on the moon? Doesn't make sense, does it? No. And if he made it up just for a bit of fun, why was it put in an official Apollo photo gallery showing photos taken on the moon? If he'd done that, the place that should have been is on the mantelpiece in his house, that he could admire his work every time he walked past the mantelpiece. Ah, look at that lovely photo I made up. It shouldn't be in a photo gallery, should it? And to prove that I'm right there, that photo has now been removed. It's been deleted from the photo gallery. Now what we've got here is, after I initially exposed that as a fake, they couldn't just delete it because everybody would say, hey, Expattaffy was right. It's a fake. So they had to get rid of it in stages. They made up this tale about Engeveld making it up, and then later on there's no need for it to be there, they take it out. That was their way of getting rid of it. What I'm going to show you is, with that photo, there are 18 anomalies in there showing it to be fake. We've even got images of animals and birds and household items, which can only mean one thing. When he made up that photo, he deliberately inserted clues to show everybody it was fake. Now folks, like I told you earlier, all these initial photos were originally composited photos. Now, that photo of the LEM we just looked at, you will not find any evidence of compositing. You won't find any of the mottled areas around items that have been cut out. And why is that? Well, the answer is coming up in the next photo. Take a look at it. There you are folks, there's that photo. Later on it was photoshopped, and note the date that it was photoshopped, 2008, 27th of the 3rd, 2008. Now, I want to show you another little photo here of another moron from the past. Let's take a look at what the idiot Astrobrand said at the time I exposed this as a fake. Okay folks, what we got here now is the twat who was always speaking through his Astrobrand. And at the time I proved that photo to be fake, here's what this idiot commented. Expattaffy, thanks for another example of your insanity. My insanity? Well, we'll see. You've made this same argument dozens of times over the last couple of years, and every time it has been pointed out to you that Photoshop didn't exist before 1988. You even acknowledge that, but you still don't get it. Of course I acknowledge that it wasn't out before 1988, stupid. I've even told all of you, but I'm not as thick as you to think that it was photoshopped in the 70s. It's obvious from that photo there with the date showing it was photoshopped after 1988. The date is there, 2008. There you are folks. Now you can see why that idiot had to piss off. He couldn't make a comment without putting his foot in his mouth. The man was mentally insane, just like this Phase 52. And this Phase 52 is going to go the same way. They can't take it when they are proven to be absolutely stupid. And the proof is there, he's gone. And he won't be coming back. Unless he changes his ID, I suppose. but due to the stupid comments he made, we'll soon discover who he is if he got a new ID. Okay folks, remember what I told you about all these photos were initially composited photos. And remember how I described how to recognize a composited photo with the modeling all around? Well, I want you to take a look at this photo coming up. It's another photo of that LEM for Apollo 11. Just look at the modeling on this photo. Okay folks, take a look at this one now. This is supposed to be the same LEM, a photo taken from a different angle, and it's supposed to be Buzz Aldrin erected a solar wind instrument. Now, the number for this, as you can see, is AS11-40-5870. Now, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to crop out a section around Buzz Aldrin, brighten it, and enlarge it for you to see the evidence of compositing. Take a look at it coming up next. There you are folks. There's a cropped section of that photo, brightened up and zoomed up, resized. Now pay particular attention to the area around Buzz Aldrin's pack, his aerial, and some parts of the LEM there. You'll see the compositing modeling, and that's because, as I told you before, this black sky is fake. They had to get rid of the top of the photo there when it was initially taken of the square grid section for the roof of the massive hangar. Now, I bet if you downloaded this photo, a new version today, I bet all that modeling will have been taken out. You'll find it will have been photoshopped and cleaned up. And the idiot, Phase 52, claimed this was genuine and taken on the moon. Ask him how the modeling come to be on a genuine photo taken with a camera. Okay folks, coming back to this photo here, that Phase 52 thinks was genuine and taken on the moon, I'll close with just one thing to say here. I pointed out that there's around 18 anomalies in this photo. To really cap this video, I want to show you the first few that I discovered, because they are hilarious. Let me just show you a few of those discoveries, and you will see they are definitely whistleblowers' clues. Okay folks, now when it comes to shadows, just remember, all the shadows in Apollo are black. So what is this here? Now just remember, you can't have a shadow without a light obstructing object. So if this is a shadow, where's the object that's creating it? It's obvious here. What we've got is a bird, maybe a crow, perched on the back. He's even got two legs. Look, he's got a wing, he's got a head, he's got a beak, he's got two legs, and he's perched on what could be an armadillo. You can see a body, you can see a head, you can see a snout, and you can see a leg pointing forward at the front. Now, that's definitely got to be a whistleblower's clue. Now, when I get an explanation for this, you are going to laugh your bollocks off. Let me show you the next one. Okay, folks, take a look at this second one. Another black shadow, but nothing casting it. What does it look like to you? It's got a body of a rat, and like the armadillo, it's got a leg pointing forward on the front, and it's also got a long tail. So if it's a rock, where's the shadow that it's casting? There you are folks, the whistleblower's clues in that photo. What I want you to all do now is all pester this idiot, Phase 52, and ask him what these black objects are. He's going to say they are rocks. When I put that question to the twat who was always speaking through his astrogram 6 years ago, do you know what he said? I said to him, come on, give me an explanation. What are they? He said, who knows? Maybe they could be extraterrestrials. Now that shows you how mentally insane these NASA nutcases are, doesn't it? Extraterrestrials. I said thanks for that. I'll make a video with that comment in. Let's see if we can get some more stupid comments to make up more videos about this idiot. And you'll find out that this idiot is going to go the same way as Joan Evans.